I think the biggest thing that we've sort of taken away from this is that, I mean, anything is possible in a way with filmmaking these days. Like, I still feel like the production values of cancelled are good for, 3 people in an apartment on a mobile phone. A couple of months ago, I came to Spain to get married to my fiance, who is Spanish, and 2 days out from the wedding is when the pandemic really hit here in a big way. And so we made the decision to cancel the wedding, and then a day later we were suddenly forced to go into a very strict lockdown, which was intense enough, but it was added to by the fact that my mother had arrived, who'd flown over here for the wedding. So it ended up being myself, Maria, my fiance, and Karen, my mum, all stuck in this apartment.
So what's for dinner?
I was actually in touch with Screen Australia about another project I've been working on. I made a joke in the email about, I'm sure you're getting lots of sort of pandemic sitcom pitches. A day later, I thought about my joke and went, well, actually, I think we have something here that is actually kind of unique. And so I mentioned it to Maria and Mum about, hey, how would you feel about if I pitched this story? And they were like, yeah, go for it. Maria and I are gonna cancel the wedding.
What have you done?
No, it's the virus. It's Italy's in lockdown. Jason's stuck there. He's not going to be able to make it. I've got friends that can't fly in, and it just, cases are on the increase here. It just feels unsafe to go ahead with it. A huge part of the pitch was the catch, I guess, of 3 people in lockdown and how would we film that. So we used my phone to film. I purchased a gimbal, I guess, just because I didn't want to hold the phone like that because it gets very unstable. I just wanted to get something that I could hold it on that would make it easy, mainly for my mum. And that operates as, I can sit that on a desk and operate it as a tripod. So when there's a scene with 3 of us, I can just position it there. Or if there's a scene with 2 of us, the other person can use it and actually create some movement that's reasonably sort of steady. And we also ordered a tiny little Rode mic, and we would plug that into Maria's phone. But other than that was it. We would, button on at the beginning, the time code would match up. So we'd get 2 sound recordings of each and just a 4K video straight out of the iPhone. But in terms of what the phone offers up, I love it. It's so small, you can place it anywhere. We've been doing all sorts of stuff. We've been placing it inside washing machines and fridges and cupboards and just trying to get weird angles and weird shots, and you can carry it around and attach it to things. It's incredibly liberating. Yeah, even though the production is, only 3 of us here in Spain, it's literally like a worldwide sort of production in that, every episode gets turned around in about a week, with an editor based in LA, a design team based in Argentina, and then sound and music based in Sydney. So it's quite amazing.
What are you doing?
I'm just going to get a cup of coffee. I've got a shocking headache. Mum, do you want anything? What about you?
You can't do that.
What do you mean?
Have you not been watching the news?
Yeah, that's exactly why I want to go now. It might be the last cup of coffee I get for a while.
Look, it's not safe. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, it means that we're but surely I can get a cup of coffee.
No, but sure, go for your life. Risk getting me, you and your mom sick. It's like what?
With previous sort of short form series I've made, we've learnt a lot from each one, and we've distributed it differently. We wanted to release it while the world was in lockdown as well, so that was the reason why the very fast turnaround time. That was part of the hook for me as well, is that not only was it made during lockdown, but it was released during lockdown as well. We looked at, Vimeo versus YouTube versus Facebook, and I knew from the posts and everything that I'd already been sort of generating and in terms of interaction, that Facebook was the area where I was getting the most kind of response from people about our story. And so far it's been great. Like it makes a lot of sense having a distribution platform that is also a social media platform, so the 2 go hand in hand. Within 5 days, we're up to like 30,000 views, which is fantastic. And that's been a really beautiful kind of organic growth, I guess, of seeing it, initially friends and then family, and then they've started sharing it, and it's kind of traveled beyond that. Please just let me know that you got my previous message. I'm really paranoid you're about to jump on a flight.
Estoy bien. Supongo que es, que es un poco de shock, ¿no?
you know, people watch stuff on their mobile phones so often now, or on their laptop. They don't just want comedy, they want diverse content. I mean, Low Life and High Life were much more sort of dramatic than comedic, and this is as well. So, and we've been able to build an audience from that. You know, obviously we're not gonna get the millions that people get when they make comedy, but I think, you know, these kind of audiences are fantastic for us. We've been really kind of blown away by the response.
I'll try.
Try harder, you little shit.
I've learnt a ton. Like, you know, here I am, you know, having been directing for a number of years, and I feel like this production I've probably learnt more than on anything else, strangely enough. So it's been quite an incredible experience.